Welcome to the Committee on Local Government. Kalobo Pavyuma is my name. I represent the good people of Sakere constituency, Kitwe in the Copperbelt.
Chair, thank you so much. Chilubi Mutelo, MP for Mitete, where I come from, there's water as well. Water. This time you cannot drive there. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Fukaumbwe.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning and welcome, Chilubi, to your committee. I am Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Petauke District of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
Honorable Fumangangu.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Is it still morning? Yeah, still morning. I think 10 minutes too. Good morning to you all, especially Chilubi and our viewers out there, as well as the honorable members of Parliament and our permanent witnesses. I'm Luhamba Mwene, Member of Parliament for Mangango. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, and good morning. Good morning, Honorable colleagues. Good morning, our distinguished permanent witnesses, Secretariat, good morning. Chilubi Council, good morning, and you're welcome to this committee. My name is Elliot Kamondo. I'm Member of Parliament for Mfumwe.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, colleagues. Chilubi Town Council, you are most welcome. My name is Kampamba Mlenga, Member of Parliament for the good people of Kalulushi on the Copperbelt. You're welcome.
Council Secretary, my name is Mishek Mutetwa Nyambose, representing the people of Chasefu constituency in Eastern Province and privileged to chair this committee. We may have our colleague joining us. Okay, Honorable Singombe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, and good morning to you and the entire house. My name is Singombe Edgar, connecting you from Dundumes constituency. You are welcome, Chilubi Town Council, to your committee. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Honorable Singombe. Council Secretary, you can take us through your memorandum. Your mic should be on.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'll proceed in this manner. We'll be giving management responses, then action taken.
I think that's the way you proceed. You go to management response, but you should read A, budget, income and expenditure, then you go to management response.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the first item is on budget, income and expenditure. I'll go to management responses on failure to collect revenue. Chair, we wish to yes, Chair, on the our management response, we are saying on local taxes, the cause of the query is that the management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wish to state that the overcollection was due to personal levy collected at the point of selling bid documents for CDF projects to companies doing business within the district. Chair, action taken. Management has taken action through formation of a task force to reinforce revenue collection and also adjusting the budget upwards. 2, Chair, fees and charges. Management acknowledges auditor's findings and wishes to state that the under-collection was due to high cost of operation, which made the local authority to discontinue the water transport, resulting in less revenue collection. Chair, action taken. Management has formed the task force to reinforce revenue collection. Sir, number 3, licenses. We wish to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to state that the under-collection was due to low compliance levels by dog owners to pay dog licenses. Sir, action taken by management is that we adjusted the budget downward to reflect the current trends. The Council also sensitizes the community on the importance of compliance. Sir, on the levies, management acknowledges their auditor's findings and wish to state that the under-collection was due to low collection of fish levy. Action taken. Management has formed the task force to reinforce revenue collection. 5, Chair, on permits, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that the overcollection was due to the sensitization of stakeholders. Action taken. Management will continue sensitizing the stakeholders, sir. 6, other receipts. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wish to state that the overcollection was due to the bank interest excuse me, was due to the bank interest received. Action taken. Management has limited the interest earned to the Bank of Zambia, sir. 7, commercial venture. Sir, management wish to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to state that the overcollection was due to the surplus from the commercial venture. Action taken, sir. We wish to report that the local authority renovated the guest house and the 2024 budget was adjusted upwards. Sir, on local government equalization, I wish to report that management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wish to state that this was due to the deductions of LASIF, Zulau, and the audit fees done from the source. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that the local authority has reconciled the accounts and the ledgers for LASIF and Zulau. Grant in lieu of rates, Chair, we wish to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to state that the local authority did not receive the grant in lieu of rates in full. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the local authority will continue engaging the ministry, sir. Only 2, failure to spend, sir. Action taken. We wish to state that the unspent funds have since been spent in 2024. Remedial, see Appendix 2. Sir, remedial measure. The Council will ensure that the revenue budgeted for is collected in full and the funds received to be spent within the financial year. B, annual performance of the Council. Chair, our response, we wish on local taxes, wish to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to state that overcollection was due to personal levy at the point of selling the bid documents for CDF projects to companies doing business plans. Chair, I think I've already presented this one on the other pages. I think this is a repeat. We can go to the remedial measures. We are saying, Chair, we will ensure that the revenue budgeted for is collected. Chair.
Let us go to page 10.
Yes, sir.
Deliverable targets and the...
Much obliged, sir.
Yeah.
Chair, on deliverable targets and outputs not achieved. Chair, we wish to state that the corrected table is on page 12, and arising from that, I will present my report that we wish to agree with the findings by the auditor that we failed to hold fourth quarter meetings, and this was as a result of the postponement of the meetings due to the meetings which were colliding with the budget meetings, sir. Chair, on the integrated development plan, we are saying we are acknowledging the findings of the auditors and that the IDP has been completed with the support from CDF after the guidance from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development under circular number MLGRD /101/14/. Chair, on public health, and we wish to acknowledge the findings of the auditor and state that the tonnage of garbage collected and the numbering of trading and public places inspected were not met. We wish to report to you, sir, that Council procured a tractor to be used for garbage collection, and also continued sensitization meetings were conducted on the need to obtain a health permit. Chair, on housing and community amenities, we wish to acknowledge the findings by the auditor that the planting of trees, construction of waterborne toilets and grading of feeder roads, and construction of council shops were not achieved in the year under review. Sir, I wish to report to you, sir, that trees were planted along the lock shore. 2, construction of 1x2 council shops has been completed. 3, construction of waterborne and grading of feeder roads were done under 2023 CDF allocation. Chair, on 11, management and support services, wish to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to state that the court cases, development of policies, debt monitoring, and development of information communication system were not achieved as per target. Chair, I wish to report to you, sir, that court cases, the local authority has no active court cases. Sir, on debt payments amounting to 100,156 were made towards debt dismantling. Sir, on development of information communication technology system, the Council has connected to the government wide area network. Chair, on resource mobilization and management, we wish to acknowledge the auditor's findings and wish to state that the sensitization meetings and accounting software were not achieved as per target in the year under review. Chair, I wish to report to your able committee that management did conduct sensitization meetings and also renewed the Dove accounting software. Remedial measures, sir. Management will ensure that all budgeted targets are met within the financial year, Chair. C. Management of Local Government Equalization Fund, 20% for capital projects. Chair, action taken, management has reimbursed 808,925 kwacha, resulting in the implementation of 4 projects that have been 2 which have been completed and 2 which are ongoing. There is an apex attached. The remedial measure, sir, is that the local authority will ensure that the planned activities are implemented in good time. 2, irregular engagement of suppliers capital account. Sir, action taken. Management requested for the missing documents from the suppliers who supplied goods and services to the local authority, and the cited documents are available for verification, sir. Remedial measures. Management will ensure that all suppliers attach all relevant certificates before being awarded contract. B. Cross-cutting audit findings. Chair, action taken is that management wishes to state that the unspent funds have been spent in 2024. There is a table below. Remedial measures, sir. Management will ensure that all the funds are spent within the financial year and in accordance with the approved budget. Chair, the next one is the failure to manage or prepare evaluation also. Action taken. Your council, sir, lobbied for assistance from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, and a letter is attached. Remedial measure, sir. Management will ensure that evaluation law is prepared. Appendix 15, sir, over employment of staff. Action taken, sir. Management wrote to the Local Government Service Commission concerning the matter of overemployment, and the Commission responded by transferring 1 assistant accountant to Mumbwa Town Council while the administrative officer is on leave pending retirement in May 2025. Remedial measure, sir. And to engage the Local Governments Commission wherever there are such issues arising. Appendix 23, sir, poor management of waste. Action taken, sir. Management has continued to sensitize the community on the importance of waste, of sorting waste. You can see Appendix 1. Remedial measure, sir. Management will ensure adherence to the provision of the law. Appendix 25, sir, failure to develop an IDP. Sir, action taken. Management wishes to report that the integrated development plan has been approved and the local authority now has an IDP, sir. Remedial measure. Management will ensure that such important documents are prepared in good time as per requirement. Chair, on Appendix 29, failure to settle statutory and other obligations. Chair, action taken. Management has paid part of the outstanding obligations. This can be seen on Appendix 8. Remedial measure, sir. Management will continue to pay current statutory obligations as they fall due and mobilize funds to liquidate historical statutory obligations. Sir, Appendix 29, failure to settle staff obligations. Appendix 31, sir, management of equalization fund. Sir, action taken is that management wishes to report that the total funds available have been spent. This can be seen on Appendix 2 and 4. Remedial measure, Chair, is that our management will ensure that the funds are spent within the financial year and in accordance with the approved budget. Chair, this ends my report, sir.
Thank you very much, Council Secretary. But before we ask for points of clarification, whose report were you reading?
It's mine, sir.
You haven't signed, there's no stamp to show it's your report. Tomorrow you can disown it. Is this a standard?
No, it's not a standard, sir.
So, this is Chirubi Island and you are the Council Secretary. We shall require you to sign off on this report so that you own it.
Much obliged, sir.
Because we don't want tomorrow for you to cheat that that is not our report.
Thank you very much,
So
sir.
next time you do the same. Okay, honorable members, points of clarification. Honorable Fomangango, then Mutelo, in that order.
Thank you so much, Chair. Chair, I would like to lead the CS to page 4. Can be helped or assisted by the DF, Direct Finance, on the charge. There's a negative variance of about 1.5,085,998 kwacha. Chair, I want to read on what the CS on the cause of query. On the cause of query, the CS is saying management acknowledges the audit's findings and wishes to state that the under collection was due to high cost of local authority to Now, Chair, when you read on the action taken, the CS or the council is saying management has formed the task force to reinforce revenue collection. Now, my question is to help your committee to try to understand the correlation between the reinforcement of revenue collection and the high cost of operation, which made the local authority to discontinue water transport. I submit, Chair.
Yes.
Because I'm not seeing the correlation there, Chair. So I want them to try to explain to the committee the correlation between the two. I submit, Chair.
Yes, Council Secretary.
Thank you very much, sir. What it is that initially when we started this project of boat transport from the island to Samfya, it started on very well. and I think we're making good revenue. Unfortunately, when the boat coming from Samfia, I think that's where we're the challenge, because the coxswain used to come with less people, maybe 2 or 3, and also that it was a cost on the welfare of the. That's why we said no, let's beef up collection by task force to see how they can sensitize people in Samfia to see the timetable of our boat when it's going back to the island. How this task force was formed. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Let's have Honorable Mutelo.
Chair, like you rightly observed, thank you very much. I have difficulties because tomorrow the CS and the team may say we were deliberating on a report that's not theirs.
Yes, you are right, and that's what I've been consulting. We want to ask the CS to sign off one report that you have, because you must own this report. This is not an ordinary presentation. We need to hold you accountable to this. If it's not signed, then we have a challenge. So sign off one, sign on one, then we can proceed. Others will sign them later. Yeah. Let them. I've made some remarks here. You can use it. Let him sign on that one. You can proceed, yes. Honorable Mutelo, you can ask your question now that.
Chair, let me use this one which has been signed. I'm grateful. Now with the signed page 17, if we may start from page 17. Do we have a procurement officer here?
Yes,
sir. All right. Through you, Chair, I would love for the CS to direct this one to the procurement officer. You contracted suppliers, and you knew that the requisites are needed. You went ahead to contract them till the auditors came. Now, when the procurement has brought the PACRA, NAPSA, were you just doing it deliberately?
It's on page 16, Honorable. Engagement of irregular supplies, then it goes to 17.
Exactly, sir. Now brought dated 3 January. Why? Page 6. Projects. Later there are now 4. 4 you've said when you go to your table, adding up. So maybe that one can also be tackled by DF or procurement again. I may have seen them, those two ongoing, I may see them, but you would find there's also a tractor there delivered. When it's delivered, to me it's also complete, isn't it? Yes. So on those two things, Chairperson.
Thank you. CS, you can ask the team to respond to the questions.
Chair, Mr. Chitambala.
Chair, he may not use this mic. Let him
you-
ask other people.
Okay, thank you. What we used to do is every year we used to come up with a list of suppliers, the shortlisted ones. Then we were asking them to submit the ZRA clearance certificate, compliance, and the PACRA. Then we put those in the files. Then when we want to contract them to supply, we just request for quotations. Now around, we changed the. We were also asked that we attach them, so together with those documents.
The prop. To first you
Put a chair. Put a chair. Get a chair.
a chair. You are not.
There is a seat next to Honorable for Sakire.
First, you used to ask them to bring all those three you've mentioned and file them. That's the beauty. Now, auditors come. They just find that you have supplied. I mean, you have contracted. Without what you filed. What was the problem to give them what you had already filed? When they came to ask for 2023
Switch off your mic.
activities in 2024, you had already filed them. What was the problem for you now to say, hold on, here are the papers. These are established suppliers. But even if they were established suppliers, every year they need to do renewals. Would you just depend on what you would have filed in 2022 or 2023? Procurement Office.
Procurement Officer.
Thank you. For contractors, every time that they submit bids, in that bid document, all those documents we were getting them. In the same bid document, those documents supposed to be there. Now for suppliers, we were not when they request for quotations. When we request for quotations, we were not actually asking them to attach those documents, knowing that we already have them in our files. So now,
Is
as
that
I said,
the standard? Is that the norm? Is that the standard?
Chair, I think there was an oversight.
I've not given you that room. Let the procurement put down closer mic procurement yourself. Procurement officer, you see this? I mean, you can put it closer to your, you're on radio, so put it a bit down. Correct. Is that the standard, that when suppliers are bidding to supply, they don't submit the requisite documents? That's the question.
We acknowledged that error, and from that time we actually changed the approach.
Honorable Mulunda, then Honorable Pavyuma.
Just a follow-up. You know, it's difficult. Chair, at times it's difficult to believe that the submission is coming from our officer. Because when you look at the payments and the amount of money involved, and the number of procurements, if it was 1 or 2, maybe it was an oversight. But when you go on up to 9 suppliers, and you go on up to more than 500,000 kwacha, it ceases to be an oversight, because basically you, when suppliers are to supply, you first look at their documents. So how can we, for 9 entries, we say it's an oversight? 9 entries, 9, more than 500,000. It's an oversight. 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, chair. It's human, but not more than 5,000, 500,000. No, it's unacceptable. We appreciate the explanation that is coming from the witness, chair, but I think we should not be allowing such things to be happening, because it's just, I don't know how I can put it other than negligence or connivance.
It's actually you can suspect that there was serious connivance. Now, in the process, CS, we want to learn as a committee. Over 500,000 kwacha. Procurement procedures are not followed in Chilubi Island. Suppliers are picked without all those documents. The auditor comes. The documents are not there. And you say it's an oversight. Who else in the chain of procurement system was checking over these payments made to suppliers without following regulation? Auditor, do you have a role there? When these things come to your table for payments or recommended for payments, did you, I'm speaking to the auditor, are you there? What did you see on these irregular payments?
Thank you, Chair. I think from what has been explained by the procurement officer, payments for the procurement of goods and services have always been brought to audit for pre-audit. But again, Chair, there is also a norm of registering suppliers at the beginning of the year. I think that's what maybe the procurement officer missed, where an advert is made to the public so that they can express their interest to do business with the council. This is the point when all these documents are attached. But Chair, I also want to maybe, lack of a better term, Chair, sorry, there was an oversight as these documents were not attached to the payment vouchers at the time of audit, Chair. But I can confirm to say these documents are always made available by the suppliers at the time of registration, Chair.
Honorable Pavyuma, then Honorable Mulunda. On the same?
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I want to first agree with you that indeed, from the submissions, there is proof that there was connivance between the procurement officer and these suppliers. Why do I say so? One, beginning with the immediate submission from the internal auditor, where he's saying when suppliers are being registered, they submit these documents. Then the procurement officer said in the bid document, they had all the certificates that were required. And when the auditors went there, they failed to produce these documents because simply they could have picked one of the bid document and showed. But when you see, you check the management on the action taken, they are telling us that management requested for missing documents from the suppliers who supplies goods and services to the local authority. These are misleading statements, Chair. So, procurement officer, why are you misleading this committee? And is it your wish that this statement on your action taken could be withdrawn because it is misleading? There is no correlation between your response, the response from the internal auditor, and what transpired directly. And why did you fail to pick the bid documents for these suppliers and show the auditors the necessary documents that were found? If at all, because from your confirmation, you are saying these documents were in the bid documents, why didn't you pick the bid documents and show the auditors when they visited your local authority? Thank you, Chair.
Before we ask the auditor to make a comment, he wants to. Okay, before the auditor, let's Honorable Mulunda.
So that he combines the comment. Internal auditor, your duty is to audit the payments. Financial utilization of public funds, your duty at that local authority is to do that. Can you confirm, is it your position or your submission to this committee that you didn't see the documents, they are not attached, and according to you that was an anomaly? So since it was an anomaly, you raised an alarm and you wrote to management that we cannot proceed. This cannot do this because the documents are not here. Vital documents. When you are paying somebody, how do we identify you? Chair was just asking CS now, is this your document? How do we identify? We want documentary evidence that confirms that this supplier belongs to this institution. Now, you didn't see those. Did you sanction? Did you write something to management? Are you able to give us the evidence that actually you queried management that this is not supposed to be the case, other than justifying? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I would say for now, the evidence is not with us here or with me, but I think time and again, Chair, I would say sorry before this committee. And maybe going forward, Chair, I would want also to assure through you the committee that always post-audits and pre-audits are always done before the payments are made. It's just that sometimes due to maybe lack of human resource, maybe payments can be passed, but always post-audit is always done at the end of the quarter and at the end of the month.
Chiluvi Island is a small council. Auditor, you don't start giving the way forward. We are talking about 500,000 being paid to suspicious, if I can use that term, suppliers or favored suppliers, or maybe suspecting your own companies. We want to interrogate this. The auditors said there were no attachments. The auditor, the procurement is saying documents were there. You are saying you didn't see the documents. Your action taken report read by Honorable Pavyuma. Let me read it so that you follow what we are talking about. These are serious financial matters. Your action taken report or action taken response that management requested for the missing documents from the suppliers who supplied goods and services to the local authority, and the cited documents are available for verification. You had to request after. Earlier on, Honorable Mtelo said, these documents, some of them require renewal annually. What was the basis for this council to single source these suppliers, or to select these suppliers whose documents are not valid? Let's allow the auditor then. What's your comment, auditor?
Thank you very much, Chair. I just wanted to confirm, actually, from the honorable member's contribution, that as far as 9th October 2024, when we had our last engagement with the council, these documents were not available. And this is why this query was sustained up to this far. So I don't know what the auditor is saying when he says the documents were there. And of course, from augmenting from what the CS has submitted, this is when they are asking for these documents to be supplied from the suppliers. I submit here.
You operate as if you are not part of this country or this government.
With your indulgence,
Honorable Mtelo.
Internal auditor, you said sometimes due to lack of human resource. Tell me, CS was there. Were you there? DF, was he there? Procurement officer, was he or she there? If all these were there, which other lack of human resource are you talking about? If you are to listen to Honorable Pavioma, all we need from you is to speak to your report. The report says you had to request the suppliers to submit. Procurement says we were filing them. So what should we take? If you filed them, why then asking for them from the suppliers?
DF.
Honorable Mlunda was saying, internal audit. Were you taking note? We expected to hear from you to say, yes, I took note and I advised. Are you getting that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You switch off the mic after.
I don't think it was only the procurement officer that was the only resource, human resource, at that time. You were equally there. All these payments, even the DF was there. So which human resource are you talking about?
Yes, Honorable. Before I ask Honorable Pavioma, DF, I need, you are the in charge for financial advice to the council. First, the issue before you respond. What the honorable members of this committee are indicating is pointing to procurement, pointing to the auditor. Then we want to ask you, because a payment is a process. DF, did you see these payments totaling to over 500,000? If so, what was your comment? Then I'll come to the CS. We want to get your individual comments because these are serious matters. This is a serious issue. We want to see your role in this. When you saw that these payments were being done without the requisite procurement documents, important procurement documents, what did you do to these payments? What was your part? Then CS also, you have to give us a satisfactory answer. As a final person who approves, if you were approving these payments, what did you notice? Did you approve them or did you stop them? We start with the DF.
Thank you, Chair. I checked the payments. I did approve. I I just relied on the attached quotations and the PRO.
Is that the standard? As a director of finance, what else? Just anything that comes, just a quotation you paid?
No.
Why did you omit your key responsibility? You omitted to do your key role as director of finance. Why? Honorable Mulunda, short one.
Short one, Chair. I just want you to ask the CS for us. If DF, who is a seasoned officer, can overlook that, the procurement, the auditor, Chair, is your money safe in Chiruvi?
Council Secretary. Council Secretary.
Thank you very much, Chair.
First, explain your role also. You signed on this. Then, is the money safe? The way it is coming out, you have not satisfied this committee. All these questions that have been asked by honorable members on behalf of this nation, you haven't satisfied this committee. So we want you as a last man.
Yes, Chair. My role in this is that as a final man, I rely on my officers. And when a payment comes to my office, it means...
Honorable Munda.
You can't say you rely on your officers. You rely on the law. You have the law before you. And if they are misleading you, you sign. Chair, thank you.
Switch off your mic. CS. It's really troubling these members. It's troubling us. Especially some of us who have known you for long. You have been a town clerk before. Now you are taken as a council secretary. You allow this. How safe is the money? Public resources. On this matter, we shall make a ruling on this matter. Let's proceed to other areas. Other questions?
The other questions was...
not on this case.
On the projects.
Chair, mine was a short one on the same.
I will allow you to make that comment, Honorable, towards the end. Let's shelve it. Let's move to the next one, Honorable.
Yes, page 16,
Page
appendix 4. I don't want to go back to what you've closed. Sir, it's not the absence of human resource, maybe the capacity, but I'm talking of page 16 now. Let's talk of the projects, just to try to clean.
Yes, we are on appendix 4, on the report on the 20% of local government equalization funds funded projects. Have you seen page 1 of appendix 4? Honorable Mutelo, you can speak to the...
Where we are coming from, page 16. They are saying 4 done, 4 out of 4, 2 done, 2 ongoing. Then 6. But when you go to that table, is that table coming from Chiluvi? The one on page 2, appendix 4, page 2. Is it coming from Chiluvi? Go to your response and try to marry it with that table. Where the planner, where is the director of works? Yes.
There, sir,
yes,
Mr.
you
Mwanda.
can be of help, director of works.
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you for that noting, Honorable. The appendix report attached here
gives the progress reports of what we planned from 2022. So in 2022, we had planned 8 projects, of which by the time of audit, I think only one had taken place, and that's the procurement of tractor. So the remaining of the projects were carried forward to the next year. And of the one that were carried forward, four of them were to be implemented. So when you look at the report, the 4 that were to be implemented, that were approved, were the 2 that were completed, and the other ongoing ones are the one that is at 90%, and the other one at 75%.
Honorable Mwanza.
Thank you, Chair. What Honorable Member from Tete is asking, we've just been counting the number of projects based on your narration on page 16. And anybody can tell that you have only remaining with 2 unimplemented projects. So we are curious now to say, let us see these 2 unimplemented projects. We go to Appendix 4, we find that there are 3 unimplemented projects. Others, they have been, they are under implementation with different stages of completion. So how do you reconcile the 2 statements, your table in the appendix and your written submission, that you are only remaining with 2 projects that are not implemented?
To augment.
You have taken note?
To augment. The issue is on 808. Then the money was misapplied, used for salaries. Then the money has been reimbursed. Then 3 more projects not done. So that's why we are now saying, help your committee to agree with you. That's why this is known as clarification.
Can you clarify, CS? You can be assisted by your Director Engineering.
Yes, Chair. And project number 5 and project number 6, these are one project at the motel, Chair.
Answer the questions. We are not saying these projects are located where, no. It's not where, it's not about the, why 3 now?
Okay. Sorry, sir. What of project number 4? It's a standalone. Okay. Then you go number 5. And number 6, they now become 2. So why didn't you say number 4? This and this. But you went on saying number 1. You know, in the days of your school, when you hear number 1, if it 2 will score the same marks and they are number 2, what used to happen? Only 1 will stand, all of them.
All of them.
All of them. Position number 2 has been taken by 2 people. Who are those people? Mlenga and Stali. Here you listed on your own in Chiluvi. Number 4, number 5, number 6. You come to your committee, no, number 5 and number 6.
They are combined.
How?
CS, help us. Help your committee.
Yes, Chair. Just as I was saying that number 5 and 6 are sheltered under one project at the motel, sir.
Honorable Mtelo, guide. Honorable Mwanza.
We go to another question on page 6.
Page 6, another question.
Yeah.
As we are winding up.
Okay, the failure to spend. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wishes to state that this was due to failure to spend 1,784,446 kwacha. We are referred to Appendix 2 to see how this 1,784,000 kwacha is spent. In short, to take accountability of this 1.7 million kwacha. Appendix 2 is there are quite a number of financial transactions to account for this 1,784,446. But just at a glance, we can look at the payment voucher, the first one, on Appendix 2. Being payment for are we there?
Salaries.
Salaries, yes. Being payment of salaries for employees in management, Division 1, 2, 3, and 4, for the month of December 2023. So, the ledgers, the corresponding ledgers on the next page. So, this particular ledger that has 3 employees, which is for Division 1. Division 1, the total amount was 38,724. But if you look at the summary on the payment voucher, it is 24,000. It's not equal to the ledger. Are we there? Appendix 2. Appendix 2, the first on Appendix 2 is a payment voucher. And this payment voucher, there is a total amount which is just described in words. To say 224,000 kwacha, 242. This amount obviously is as a summation of what was paid to management, 14,484. Division 1 officers, 24,239. Division 2 officers, 57,000, just like that. And each of these payments is accompanied with a ledger. The first ledger is for Division 1 officers. Division 1 officers is 38,724, but the payment voucher is 24,000, which is different. The second ledger is 98,965, which is payment to Division 2 to 3 officers. When you look at the ledger, I added Division 2 to 3 officers. The total amount is 105,993. It's not equal to the list as provided. So, in short, the payment instruction to NatSave, which is, I think, page 4, Chilubi Town Council, please refer to the above. I'm hereby requesting your office to authorize the payment of this amount to NatSave. This is in respect of salaries for council workers for the month of, So, the instruction to NatSave was for a total amount of 217,214, which is just as a result of adding the what is on the ledger. But the payment voucher is 224,242.
You are following him, Doc. Let them follow you so that they can respond. You have overloaded them. In short, you are saying the ledger, what is appearing on the ledger, is different from what is appearing on the voucher.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
So if you go to check the whole document, it will not add up to this 1,780,000.
DF, are you able to respond to that?
Chair, let me just highlight, we normally pay according to banks. Like for the first one, which he has highlighted, the 38, you add Division 1, 24, and the top one, Management 14, it will come to that summation.
Okay.
Yes. Then the following ledger, it's a combination of Division 2 workers, Division 3, Division 4, those who are under NatSave.
Okay.
Yes.
I followed. So if you look at Division 2 and Division 3, what is on your payment voucher is Division 2 is 57,598, right? Yes. And Division 3 is 48,395. So these two combined.
What's the total?
What is the total? And check if that total is equal to
what
the
is on
ledger.
Add what is on the voucher first.
Let me just switch on the phone.
Auditor, you should be helping. What's the total?
108.
DF, switch off your mic. CS, what's the total on the voucher?
Sir, it's 105,993.43 ngwe.
What is on the ledger? Anyone can help. CS, you can ask those who have responses to help. Honorable Munda, can you add something?
Yes, I'm adding something. Just on Appendix 2, the voucher there. It's saying management 14,484. That money is paid to management. Now, if you turn your page, you go to the ledger. The same amount is given to Rosemary Sandra Chimbini. Is she management?
Yes. Chair.
No, I'm saying, your narration is saying this money is paid to management. So,
management?
Like you have come there, you are management at Chirubi. So you are Rosemary. You qualify.
Do we have Rosemary in this team? Who is Rosemary Chimbiri? So chairperson is paid under management. That's a standard. The mayor is paid under management in a city council. Or the mayor is paid under councillors. It's under management.
But I thought, Chair, you put the details of an individual.
I want to clear it. Minister of Law Government, can we have guidance? We are coming to that one. Local government, are you brainstorming? We just want to establish if this is the standard, that a mayor, whether she's on salary, she's paid under management. That's fine. but wanted to get a confirmation.
Chair, I've taken note. Let me get back to the committee.
Okay, we shall get back to that. Now coming to what the area question is at. The figures you say is 108,000 on the voucher. 100, you have changed. 105, okay, okay. We take 105. Now what is on the attachment? On the ledger? You are ready, DF? You are ready, DF? You can give a response.
Chair, just a guide on which ledger for Division 2 and 3?
Yes. You are saying,
is it
you cleared us on management? Let's go to the payment voucher. On the payment voucher, you said the amount for management, which is 14,484, is added to the Division 1 amount, this 24.
That one has been cleared. Let's go to the other one now.
It has been cleared. And then you have said, what is on the voucher, Division 2 and the Division 3, they are combined. So when we have added the Division 2 and Division 3, we are coming to 105,993.43. So the corresponding ledger is on the second ledger, which the title is very clear to say these 16 employees are Division 2 and the 3, 2 to 3. So the total.
What is the total there? Read it, Doc.
The total is 98,965.
Are you saying it? Yes. What is the difference? Why is the difference? 105 and 90.
The difference is that the Division 4s are on their own, sir. So we have Division 1 and Division 2.
The voucher is stating the payment is for Division 2 and 3.
3.
No Division 4.
Yes, sir.
And the attachment or the reference document is for Division 2 and 3.
Yes, sir.
So the reference is 95. 90? 98. But the voucher is 105. Why do you want to bring in Division 4 who are not mentioned on the voucher and on the attachment? There is an attempt to respond. Help.
Thank you, Chair. The ledger that we are looking at is a combination of Division 2 and 3. So I believe there was an omission because the difference is 7,027 kwacha. So Cleopatra, if we follow the ledger, Chair, number 16, this is where the difference is. So maybe what can help us is if we go through all the ledgers, we do a summation, we'll come up with the same total of 224.
I would like to thank you for that response. In conclusion, this committee is very dissatisfied with the management at Chirubi Town Council. There's a serious breakdown of the standards of management at Chirubi Town Council, which is giving a threat to the public resources that are given to Chirubi Town Council. You can see the procurement system. You can see the budgeting system. You under-collected on the about 1 million under-collection, which Honorable Mwene asked you, 1-point-something million, and the explanation is not satisfactory. You are the one who overstated your budget. You budgeted to collect dog levies. How many dogs are there for you to fail to collect? 7,200 and something. The responses are not there. we note with disappointment if public resources can be managed in this manner. Auditors, take interest on the issue of suppliers who are not registered, disregarding the regulations, procurement regulations. Procurement officer with audacity can pick anyone without looking at the documents. Up to now, up to October 9th, 2024, far after audit, documents cannot be submitted. What is happening? Council Secretary, you have come a long way. Director of Finance, you even say to this committee that I just relied on a quotation. And I don't believe that all of you who are involved in these transactions don't have the requisite qualification. It's just disregard of the law, feeling that you can do whatever you can do is business as usual. We want to appeal to the Commission to take serious interest on Chilubi Island. And as a committee, we are taking note to make individual recommendations, because we cannot continue. This should not be business as usual. Auditor, the gatekeeper, who can approve without seeing documents, whether pre-audit or post-audit. You can come and say, no, going forward, this is what we want to be doing. This is 2023 report. What is there in the 2024? What is there? Honorable members asked, is CDF money safe? Not only CDF. These are resources coming from the people of Chilubi Island. They want to see prudent utilization of these resources, benefiting them. Government is giving local government equalization fund to ensure that Chilubi Island can develop and move forward. You can't match what is on the voucher and this, and you are struggling, all of you. This is your report. No wonder you didn't sign it. No wonder you didn't sign it. You have the experience that such a report is coming from yourselves. Sit down as a team. You could have made these observations. So we have taken interest in the affairs of Chilubi Island, and we shall make recommendations. We shall not take as business as usual. No. We are not the best in these positions, even ourselves. We are just privileged. We should do our best for this country. But if this is the attitude, then we have a problem. This country will never develop. Since we're just privileged, there are other people who can take up our positions. So we're going to make serious observations, and Chilubi Island Secretary, take note. These observations are serious. Project Management Director, take interest. We want to see efficiency in that area. Prudence and efficiency under the three principles: right price, quick delivery, and quality, so that the people of Chilubi, they see that the government is working. So as a committee, we are very disappointed, and we are asking you to go back and put your house in order. We shall help you to do that. We have taken serious interest on this one. With that said, I would like to withdraw the immunity. Immunity that was given to you earlier on is now withdrawn. From here, you are on your own. With that said, we want, as you go, you sign individual copies of these reports so that you own them. So with that said, we wish you well as you go back to Chilubi Island. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
Business that has taken place in the Committee on Local Government Accounts, and just a while ago, Chilubi Town Council, Mr. Ruben Piri, and his team just made their submission and indeed responded to a number of queries that were asked by members of Parliament and of course members of that committee. Just a reminder, this committee was looking at the Auditor General, at the report of the Auditor General on the audit of the accounts of local authorities for the financial year ended 31st December 2023. 2023, and at about 0 Raphael Piri. And just to mention here that we did note there that the chairperson of the Committee on Local Government Accounts did stress to the delegation from Chiluvi Council that as a committee it is dissatisfied with the manner in which funds are being managed at Chiluvi Town Council, saying that there was indeed a breakdown of standards in management at Chiluvi Council. And in parting, the chairperson did say that the town council and his team should go back to Chiluvi and indeed put their house in order. Earlier on, there was a concern that was raised by a member of parliament, and in seeking clarification, there was no proper evidence, and that indeed is something that the chairpersons and vice chairpersons have been stressing whenever they are in the committee, that please, this committee is about evidence. So whatever issues that are brought to the House, and if there's a query, provide the evidence. It's an evidence-based committee, and like that it does get satisfied. But when the councils come to Parliament, to the committee, without bringing the evidence, it causes some dissatisfaction amongst the members of the committee. So those were the two councils that made submissions today to the Committee on Local Government Accounts. Earlier on today, I did indicate that there's also another committee that was sitting here at Parliament. This is the National Economy, Trade and Labour Matters Committee, and two witnesses appeared before the committee today. That the Zambia Revenue Authority made its submission at 0930 hours, and then the Zambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry also made a submission at about 10:30 hours, and that was broadcast live on Parliament Radio, and Parliament TV, as I've been saying, has been broadcasting the deliberations taking place in the Committee on Local Government Accounts. And for now, that is where business in the local government accounts ends. But just to mention that at about 15 hours or 15:30, we do expect Kaputa Town Council to make a submission to the committee, and then later on, Mambwe Town Council will indeed make a resubmission to the Committee on Local Government. You'll recall that last week, Mambwe Town Council did come through to make a submission, but the delegation was asked to go back and come back at a later date to provide the correct or the right or satisfying answers. So that is what is going to happen this afternoon. Mambwe Town Council will resubmit its responses to the many queries that were raised at about 15:30 hours or later on. So stay tuned to Parliament Radio and Parliament TV, where we do broadcast live deliberations and that take place here at Parliament. But I just want to point out that this afternoon business commences at 14:30 hours in the chamber, and that is the business that will be broadcast live. For the business that is taking place in the committee at a later date, be sure that Parliament TV will be there for you. We will rebroadcast those deliberations, and you get to see the business that indeed will take place this afternoon. As Parliament TV, we are indeed dedicated to bringing Parliament closer to you. So in case you don't have time to indeed follow deliberations in the committees, follow deliberations on the floor of the House, be sure that we'll have time when we will rebroadcast those deliberations. And then at 14:30 hours, as I did say, business in the House will commence. But at about this time around, I should be saying my goodbyes. Thank you very much for everyone who's been with Parliament TV from the time we started broadcast. And signing off this time, my name is Mtali Felile Smate, but please do remember that I've been with my colleague Chola Kauma on sign language doing the interpretation, and from all of us, there's also been Jason Manda, from all of us, including the production crew, saying thank you very much. Enjoy watching Parliament TV.